What's going on? Eutektik, the binary. I went to Atlanta Blade Show, and of course, I live, about 80 miles away from Liong Mah, and he owns Liong Mah knives, but Eutektik is his new budget brand, right? And so, when I went to Atlanta, I was hanging out at his booth a lot because we hang out together when we can, and I was looking forward to getting this because I had not got my hands on one yet. They were coming to him to take to the show, and I don't think he had them but a few days before the show, so I never did get my hands on one until I got to the show. And so I got this one from him, 14C28, and it's called the Binary, okay? So, you have to get a binary. Because if you don't have a binary, that means you're non-binary. You don't want to be non-binary, do you? He, her, his, they, them, pronoun. Oh my God. Okay, so you got to have a binary. But this is cool because I like this knife. It's interesting because it's a big dog. And it's a front flipper, so you can front flip it, but it's a big knife for a front flipper, but it's got a top flipper too, which is very subdued as well. But then it's got this little fuller here, which is, you can flick off of it pretty well. And I like to middle finger flick, and it does it very nicely, which is kind of amazing. So there's that. It's centered, it's, these are made by somebody under the control or supervision of Riot, okay? So, in that regard, it's not directly Riot made, but Riot's overlooking the situation, okay? They are picking the guy doing this, and they want to do it right because they have a very close relationship with Liong Mah. For many years. So, okay. In fact, he was just over in China and stayed with David of Riot for a couple weeks over there. Okay. So, the binary, way cool, right? But see, I started out with this came out, I don't know, 2 years ago? Was it even 3 maybe? And this is the Trinity. This is the Eutektik Trinity. Oh crap, they don't actually have this color, do they? Oh shit. Okay, hold on, let me grab this. They do actually have this color. So this is the one I've been carrying around in my car, which means all I've got is that purple send cut out in the car. But I usually carry one in my pocket too, so I always got a backup in the car. But these were both in the car for quite a while, which is tempting the fate of the gods. But it's 14C, but Florida, humid weather, so I'm lucky I haven't got any stuff here, or corrosion or anything that's built up, but did I ever get that blade completely cleaned off? No. Of course not. Okay, so it is used. Of course it's used. I use it all the time. So I like the Trinity because it's super easy to finger flick. Front flipper, yes. Top flipper, yes. And the flipper tab hits you in the thumb. Boom, super easy fidget. Okay? So you get that, right? Now this one was a natural G10, but I dumped it in sapphire blue. Sapphire blue. It was the liquid RIT dye that's for synthetics, and it's called sapphire blue. It comes in a bottle, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So this is the one I had kept in the house, and this is the one I had kept in the car, was using, and this is my binary, and then this is my EDF, everyday field duty, right? So, and the everyday field duty, these knives will come in left-hand liner lock. They reverse the liner lock, okay, for a true left-hand liner lock, okay? And they're right and left-hand for deep carry pocket clip, of course. and black wash. So you can get one left hand, you can flip the clip, and then, you know what? I don't know how this, if you buy the left-handed one, if this faces the other way. I didn't even notice to look the other time. Okay, but then you can go black wash blade too. So on all these, right? On the EFD, on the Eutektik, Trinity, and on the Eutektik Binary. So these are the three that are out now, and I think there are more coming. Okay, this would be interesting as well. I'm just hoping, I don't know, am I supposed to say anything, or would I have to kill everybody if I said that the cuff was coming out in a Eutektik line? And you know what? Don't hold me to that, because I can't remember if I got that kind of nod and a smile from him when I mentioned that or not. So, okay, but for right now, the field duty. Yeah, I got a field duty. I got a $500 freaking field duty with that Arctic Storm, you know, fat carbon, it's liner lock titanium, blah, 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 S90V, whatever. But this is one that I'll feel fine about using, right? 14C, 28N, hardy, no blade play, lock rock, blade centered, they look good, all that kind of thing. Binary, let's get back to this, because this might have been the reason why you clicked in. And so the binary, but you know, it's good to go ahead and just kind of look at all of them at the same time, and you might not be sure which one you'd rather buy. So that is true 3 3/4, which is like 96, 97 millimeter blade length, and 8 3/8 at 21, almost 21.5 centimeters. Okay, 21.5 centimeters. Now, hold on, because this is going to rival that, which is why I like it. I mean, down here, it's 3 3/4. Not quite when you go all the way up, but it's 8 3/8. Okay, so it is. It's the exact same length as the binary. Exact same length. Now, the EFD is smaller. Okay, it's smaller. And so it is not 3.5, but 3.4 something. So we've gone from 3 3/4 down to like a 3.35, 3.4, and 8 inches overall. So we've gone down 3/8 overall length. Okay, it's not a bunch, but it's some. Okay, but the Trinity, at least, is the cut open area. Oh, I didn't wipe this blade down at all, did I? Okay, is the cut open area where you can finger flick, and so you can do that on this too, right? This one's a little, looks like it'd be more tricky, but it is really not that difficult either. And actually, when you disengage it, it does, that little nub comes down, hits you on the finger, and it's already over the detamp ball. And it just drops. Okay, it just drops like that. Boom, just walks around just like that. It's nice. Fits in the hand great. These are slender too, and I think these are all really close to the same. 11.6 at 0.45. You know, technically a little bit more slender than like a Spyderco PM2. And then, what is this? This is probably 3, or is this 3? 3 millimeter. Okay, 3 millimeter blade stock. But is this 0.45? 11.7. 0.46. I mean, they are right on it, aren't they? Hold on. Yeah, they are. They're all right there. Okay. So, what's the next thing? You know, the longest ones are this and this. These are exact same length. So, which one weighs the most? 3.5 ounces. That's pretty light. I think this one's a little heavier. 3.8, but still not much, right? EFD, let's try it out. 3.89. So that's the shortest one, and it's the heaviest one. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Ceramic bearings on the, on the pivot, all that. Nothing, earth-shaking about any of that. It's, and nothing earth-shaking about the hardware on here, too. It's not exactly high-end, like machined-looking hardware, like whatever. I'm looking around here, and I'm not seeing any of it. Damn it. Everybody's got the same kind of hardware that I'm sitting here looking at today. Come on, boys. Don't anybody got any of this? No, my QSP stuff. God dang it. Okay, never mind then. So it's not unusual to have this kind of hardware, apparently. And then it's got the logo here, and it's easy to take apart and put back together. And go take a look at my Trinity video. I'm sure I did a disassembly on it. These are so easy to flick, carry. So I like it, and I like this. I don't know why I like the binary so much. There's something about the blade, although it's been a tough sell to get me off the Trinity. And I got 2 Trinities. This one I dyed, and this one I put out in the car. So this one has been rumbling around in my office. So it's always on a table around here somewhere. But it's not messed up, at least, like this one. Yeah, that just needs wiped down with a solvent or something. But yeah, this one is my newest addition because I didn't know if I felt a need to have an EFD as well, because I already had these 3. So it's kind of, got it taken care of. But the EFD is the one where, if you saw the video, you should, where I got this scales replaced with fat carbon. And I'll put his name down here, and I'll put his information down along with the link to the video I did on these, because I had 3 different sets of fat carbon scales made, and I don't have them anymore. I sent them over to Liong. Well, I didn't give them to him. I sold them to him for what it cost me to have them made. But they were very nice. They really changed the whole look of the EFD. And then the EFD with the nested liner, that's something you have to get the right kind of person to be able to do that. And Sharp Dress Knives was the guy that did it, okay? So I'll put like his Instagram. I think that's where you kind of get to him. And then I think he has a website as well, Sharp Dress Knives. But that's where you could do that. And this is nested too. So if I wanted to, I could get him to do scales for a binary. Problem is, you got to pay for the setup and for him to kind of run several sets to kind of get the specs locked in. He's already done that on the EFD. So if you wanted a set of scales, they're just good looking scales. So that's nice to have the ability to put fat carbon scales on this, okay? But here they all are in their glory, right? And lanyard hole, lanyard, reversible pocket clip, about 3.5 ounces to 3.8 ounces, 0.45 to 0.46 thick here, 3 millimeter blade thickness, 14C 28N. And I remember I had a Eutektik. How did I actually have one that was D2? I kept thinking the first one was D2 that I ever had that was a Trinity, and then they all went 14C. but I don't have a D2 Trinity around here anymore. Oh well, but on my website, lovethemknives.com, I do have Trinities and EFDs for sale. So go on there and just type in Eutektik and you can see what I have. I don't have a bunch of variations. Like if you want this color in left-handed with black wash, I probably don't have it, but you can get it off Liong Mah site. And I'll give you all the information for Liong Mah site for that. And then whoever else is selling the Trinity, which could be, God only knows, right? Maybe DLT or whoever. So there you go. It's the Binary. Good looking knife. Comes in a bunch of different colors. You can get it in this. You can get it in the purple, the natural G10, the OD green, the gray, the kind of, well, it's kind of a grayish blue. I think he's calling it like a denim blue, grayish blue. And then you can get it in black and you can get it in orange. Okay? So you've got choices there. And you guys, we love them knives. Stay sharp.